Hi, hello and welcome back to F1 Challenge VB. My name is Mephisto and our journey through the history of Formula 1 continues today with the 7th round of the 1964 season, the Austrian Grand Prix. It was held on the 23rd of August, it had 20 entries, all of them took part in the race with 11 ending up retiring. The race consisted of 105 laps completed in 2 hours, 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Graham Hill started the race from pole with Surtees in 2nd, Clark 3rd, Gurney 4th, Ginter 5th and Brabham started from 6th. After an exceptional drive, Lorenzo Bandini won the Austrian Grand Prix from Ginter, who finished 6.18 seconds after Bandini. Anderson crossed the line in 3rd and was 3 laps down. Max finished 4th and was also 3 laps down. Ireland came home in 5th, he was 3 laps down as well. And rounding off the top 6 was Bonnier, who was 4 laps adrift. Dan Gurney was the fastest man of the race, setting a lap time of 1 minute 10.56 seconds. Welcome to the Zeltweg circuit, where a lap starts off with a long run down into turn 1, an open right-hander. Keep it nice and tight through here. Then after a short sprint we come into turn 2, a double apex right-hander. Pay attention as the corner tightens a bit towards the end. After another short sprint we find ourselves in turn 3, a medium speed left-hander. Once again keep it nice and tight and you should be fine. And after a long straight we come into turn 4, the final corner of the circuit, a tight double apex right-hander. Be very careful when you approach this corner as it can easily catch you off guard. But this brings us around onto the main straight, and that is a lap around the Zeltweg circuit. And here we are in qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix, coming around to set our first timed lap, a 109.89, which isn't very good, unfortunately, so I will be trying to improve on that lap time. Obviously I would like to be as close to the top as possible, and here we are coming around to set a much faster 1 minute 07.05 second lap. That's the fastest I could muster. I tried to go even faster, but I never could actually touch this lap time again. I was about, the most I managed to do is about 200ths of a second to that lap time, unfortunately. Anyway, here we are for the Austrian Grand Prix. Obviously there are no previous Austrian Grand Prix winners. This is the first time this particular race has been held as part of the World Championship, although this is the second time anyone has raced here with Formula 1 cars. So that's that. Anyway, we have John Surtees on pole with Lorenzo Bandini in 2nd, Bruce McLaren 3rd, and Chris Amon is in 4th. Peter Revson is 5th, and joining us on 6th is a new face in the shape of Jochen Rindt. Bob Anderson is 7th, followed by Andy Higgs in 8th. 9th is Joe Bonnier, followed by Edgar Bart in 10th. In 11th we have another new face, John Love, followed by 12th Phil Hill. Tony Maggs is 13th. 14th is Trentina Ireland. 15th. 16th is Trevor Taylor, followed by Joe Siffert in 17th. 18th is Giancarlo Baghetti. Mike Hill with 19th. 20th is Ian Raby and John Taylor, bringing up the rear of the driver lineup. So that is the grid lineup, and hopefully things will go well here at the Austrian Grand Prix. I cannot talk today. And we are off, and that was an absolutely fantastic start from Andy Higgs. Instantly jumped into 4th place, so that's very, very good. Although Chris Amon is coming from behind very quickly as we come through turn 2, and there's contact in front. I'm not sure who that is, but I think that was Bruce McLaren. He was flipped upside down a couple of times. However, he's still in the race. He managed to, his car landed back on all fours, and he's back in the race as we come here through turn 2. I lost my positions to Bandini and Chris Amon. Hopefully I can catch back up. That would be absolutely fantastic as we take another look at the start there. Not a very good camera angle, unfortunately. And here we are again, a very good initial launch. I managed to jump 4 positions, which is absolutely fantastic, but then Chris Amon kind of got around me, and there is the incident again with Bruce McLaren and everyone else. And towards the end, I believe, of the opening lap, here we see John Taylor coming around and getting stuck on something. I'm not quite sure why, on what. There's a billboard between me and him, so I can't really see what's going on as we now move on to lap 2 here, starting lap 2, and chasing after Peter Revson. At the moment we are down in 5th. Hopefully again we can catch up and regain the lead. That would be absolutely fantastic if we could do that. Although it looks like the AI has a bit of an advantage here. There are a lot of long straights, and that's kind of plays to the weakness of our Honda here, as I managed to eventually overtake Jochen Rindt for 4th. Now chasing after Peter Revson once again, but as we come into turn 1 here, Jochen Rindt manages to keep his car in front of us. So he managed, for the time being, he keeps 4th. Then later on lap 4, I once again try to make a move on Jochen Rindt. However, I touched the rear of his car, which spins me around, and I almost killed the engine as I tried to turn around and get back into the race. And we've now fallen down to 9th, which is not very good, right behind Bruce McLaren. And we have a replay of Joe Siffert here coming into this right-hander, the final corner, I believe this is. And again, I can't really say what the AI hit there because there's a billboard. Just like in real life, advertisements come first, right? Anyway, we move now on to lap 6, and I'm just about to overtake Bruce McLaren for 8th place, which is, well, pretty good. Hopefully we can catch Mike Hillwood, who is next, about 4.5 seconds up the road. And that's going to take a while before I get to him, but eventually I do on lap 9 catch up to 8th place, which is now Jochen Rindt, who's fallen down the order as well, and I managed to overtake him quite easily. And we now move up into 7th, chasing after Bob Anderson now. We can actually see him right in front of us, so hopefully we can catch up very, very quickly. Moving on to lap 9 here, and I go very wide through this hairpin. I touch the grass and then hit something, some sort of a bump there, and that spins my car around, and once again I lose a position to Jochen Rindt. We are now down in 8th again. That's not very good here, as we now move on to lap 11, and once again I make a move on Jochen Rindt, make it stick, and we are back up in 7th, and once again chasing after Bob Anderson, who is now 6 seconds up the road. However, I messed my corner exit out of the left-hander, and Jochen Rindt once again manages to pull in front of us. But hopefully we will be able to overtake him. Yes, we do, as we come into this double apex right-hander, and once again we are up in 7th and chasing after Anderson. Hopefully this time, luckily this time I managed to keep my position, and as we now jump to lap 18, and as I just overtook Bob Anderson there, and we are now in 6th, which is quite good. 1 point is better than none, but hopefully we can catch up to 5th place. However, on lap 19, Bob Anderson manages to overtake me for a brief second there, but then I managed to outbrake him and regain 6th, which is very, very good. Now moving on to lap 27, not a lot has happened in this race in terms of retirements, which is kind of good. Still chasing after Mike Halewood, who is in 5th, as we take a look at a replay of John Surtees coming around to set the fastest lap of the race. Congratulations to John Surtees. That's, well, pretty good. And we see a replay of Bob Anderson, who has a problem with his brakes coming through turn 2 here. He pulls to the side and off the circuit, and that is the end of his race, unfortunately for him. But it happened, right? Anyway, we now move on to lap 35. I've caught up to Mike Hillwood. There are only 2 laps left, so hopefully I'll be able to overtake him. I pass this slow-moving car and then lose control of the car. I try to get back on the power as soon as I thought I could. It looks like I put down the power a little bit too early, caused a bit of wheel spin, and I lost control of the car. And now Mike Hillwood has pulled away as Lorenzo Bandini crossed the line as to finish the race and win the Austrian Grand Prix, as we take a look at a replay of Bandini coming around to finish the race. Congratulations to Lorenzo Bandini. And here we are coming around to finish lap 35 and lap 36, I mean, and No, actually 35, yes, because I was 1 lap behind. And here are the race results. Unfortunately, that was quite really unfortunate. I was so close to overtaking Mike Hillwood on that final lap there, but I was a bit too quick to get back on the power right through this part of the corner, and well, I got a little bit of a tunnel vision at that point, so that played to my detriment, unfortunately. Anyway, and here are the career statistics. This was Andy's 128th Grand Prix. His best start is from first, has 9 pole positions, has set 21 fastest laps. His best finishes in first, has completed 84 races, 68 of them in the points, has won 39 Grand Prix, 4 at the Indianapolis 500, 6 in Monaco, has 7 championships under his belt, has scored a total of 461 points, has retired 44 times, has experienced 2,769 out of 3,410 laps, has 6 bronze trophies, 15 silver trophies, 39 gold trophies, and as an extension 39 podiums. And here is a quick look at the championship standings. Higgs still leading the championship from Surtees, who is second, Clark third, Bandini fourth, Mike Spence and Chris Amon fighting for fifth. The last person to score points is Hap Sharp down in 20th, whilst at the very bottom of the standings we have Cabral in 39th. So those are the driver standings. Now let's move on to the constructors. And here we have Honda still leading the championship from Ferrari, who move up into second. Team Lotus dropped to third, Rec Parnell Racing are fourth, fifth Peter Refson, RRC Walker Racing Team are 6th. The last team to score points are John Wilmot Automobiles in 13th, and John Love is bringing up the bottom of the standings down in 23rd. So those are the constructors, and that was the Austrian Grand Prix. Quite a disappointing result for Andy. Again, I almost got 5th place, and 2 points would have been better than 1, obviously. But I think I got a bit carried away there through turn 2. I really wanted to overtake Hillwood, however, that ended up being disastrous. So luckily there was no one immediately behind me. I didn't lose any positions, but that's, I guess, a lesson for the future, not to do stupid things on the final lap of a race. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Not much more to add to any of this, really. Yeah. That is that, I guess. Anyway, don't forget to vote for next season's team. Link is in the description. I also have a second channel where I will be playing all sorts of different games. At the moment I'm doing a playthrough of Homefront and the movies, so if you're interested in any of those games and more, there will be a link in the description to my second channel as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.